You are trying to tune 1,000 different instruments. In a noisy room, the sound is chaos. You are trying to read 100 different maps, all pointing in different directions. The journey is paralyzed. There is only one instrument that matters. There is only one map you can ever truly follow. This is not about ignoring the world. It is about understanding the only point within it you have ever been tasked to command. For the length of this session, we will stop trying to conduct the orchestra. We will learn, instead, to master our own instrument, with such clarity and tone, that every other sound must finally find its harmony around it. The world is loud with demands. It asks for your attention, your agreement, your fear, your validation. To give it is to scatter yourself into 1,000 fragments. You become a crowd, and a crowd has no direction. The feeling that nothing is working is not a sign that the world is against you. It is the inevitable physics of a force applied in 100 contradictory directions. They cancel each other out. You are left with the sensation of effort without motion. The Stoic remedy is not more effort in more directions. It is radical, disciplined convergence. It is the understanding that your power does not lie in controlling the chaos, but in ordering your own core so completely that chaos loses its power to destabilize you. This begins with a ruthless return to the dichotomy of control. Draw the circle. Inside is your mind, your judgments, your choices, your values, your efforts, your character. This is your workshop. This is your sovereign nation. Everything outside the circle, the opinions of others, the past, the outcomes of your work, the actions of loved ones, the movements of the market, is foreign territory. You have no authority there. All anxiety, frustration, and sense of things being out of place is the exhaustion of a leader who has abandoned their own kingdom to futilely police the borders of others. The first command is to come home, to withdraw your garrisons from unwinnable wars and station them at the gates of your own soul. With your attention finally home, you begin the real work, the craftsmanship of the self. This is not selfish. It is your primary and only eternal responsibility. You are the block of wood on the bench. Your judgments are your chisels. Your values are your plans. You start with perception. You sand away the rough, reactive stories you tell yourself. This is a disaster, becomes, this is an event. They are ruining my life, becomes, they are acting according to their nature. You see things as they are, not as your fear paints them. A clear eye is the first tool. You move to desire and aversion. You recalibrate what you want and what you shun. You stop desiring external validation and start desiring internal integrity. You stop fleeing discomfort and start averting cowardice. You want to act with courage more than you want to be safe. You want to be just more than you want to be liked. This realignment is the most powerful force in a human life. You enact right action. Your energy is no longer spent on managing impressions, but on the quality of your own conduct. In every situation, you ask, what does the person of good character do here? And then you do that. Not for the result, but because it is the right thing to do. Your work becomes an offering of excellence, not a bid for reward. Your words become expressions of truth, not manipulations for effect. This is what focus on yourself truly means. It is not narcissism. It is the solemn, focused work of a sculptor on a single piece of stone. You are not looking at the other sculptures in the gallery. You are not listening to the critics walking by. Your entire universe has contracted to the point where your tool meets the material. And here is the secret, the observable physics. When you become solid, the world around you begins to orient itself to your solidity. A person who is clear in their values attracts respect, not because they demand it, but because clarity is magnetic. A person who acts with consistent integrity creates trust, the fundamental currency of all relationships. A mind that is not frantic with the need to control others becomes capable of profound focus, and focused energy accomplishes things scattered energy never can. Problems do not magically vanish, but your relationship to them transforms. Obstacles become the very grindstone that sharpens your blade. Difficult people become mirrors showing you where your patience still needs training. Uncertainty becomes the space where your courage gets to live. You stop trying to make everything fall into place. You realize that everything is an illusion. There is only this moment, and the quality you bring to it. When you bring order, clarity, and virtue to this moment, and the next, you look back and see a path that could only have been carved by a steady hand. The world did not change for you. You changed your point of origin. You stopped being a cork tossed on the ocean and became the keel of the ship. The waves are the same. The wind is the same. But now, you have a direction. And with a direction, even the storm becomes a force you can use. This is the practice. Not for 47 minutes, but for a lifetime. Return to your workshop. Clear the bench. Take up the one tool that is yours, your will. Apply it to the only material you own, your character. Shape it. Refine it. Honor it. And watch, not as a passive spectator, but as a master artisan, as the world begins to make sense from the inside out.